Hello,
Hello, Alan.
how are you?
I think I'm fine. What
You
about
think?
you? Yeah. Because just like my grandma was nagging at me where I spent too much time outside. I just went outside for an hour and a half, but she thinks that is too much. And I took to yeah, and it's so risky that just I went out so long. I mean, it just I was I went to my university and I took some package from the convenience store. Yeah, but it still took a lot of time, and she thinks that I'm too dangerous. Sometimes I think she is too discreet. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, she was nagging at me, and oh, okay, I'm just
How
oh
is she
look,
doing?
she's I think she's fine, and she recovers soon, and like last week I was taking care of her at the hospital, and then right now she can nag at me. Yeah, she recovered really soon.
That's
Very
good.
energetic.
Ah,
Yeah, it is.
is she still in the hospital or is she home? You're breaking up a bit there.
Very,
There you're back.
like,
The internet's a bit slow.
yeah,
Are you still
sorry
at
about
the
that.
are you still at the hospital?
No, I'm at my grandma's home, and
Okay.
I have to say I really love her house. This is one of my favorite places because there's a lot of artwork at her home. So
I
it
can
is
see.
quite
I
fun.
can see like the pictures in the back.
Yeah.
Or is that
So
your screen? Is that your other screen? Or is that her house in the background?
no, it is like my virtual background. But
Oh,
yeah, if you want to, I can send you some.
it's
Yeah.
so real. It looks really good, actually, your virtual background. As you can
Thank
see, mine
you.
doesn't look real, especially when I wave my hand.
Yeah.
But yours looks quite real. That's very cool.
Thank you.
I should change mine, I think.
It's fine. Yeah.
I'm
It is
glad she's
like
home.
thank you. I mean, the virtual background of you is like one of the scene in Toy Story. I'm not sure. What's
Yeah,
that?
it's Toy Story.
It's like one of favorite movies of your son, or
Um, no, it was actually just one of the options that I thought just looked nice.
okay.
But it is a cool movie, so I don't mind.
It is like
So
imagine your toys are alive. They actually, yeah, can talk and can speak. And that's actually cool.
yeah, I think when I was little, I used to think that they could talk, and that they would talk when I would leave the room. And I believe that they could feel feelings. And if I took one with me and I had to leave one at home, I used to explain to them why I can only take one.
Yeah.
I remember actually doing that.
Yeah,
So, and now my son has some of my toys, which is quite nice.
it is.
I hope they feel good about it too.
I don't know. I used to think like that when I was young, but I think that when I grow up, I lose some imagination. Like when I was young, I can look up at the sky and making a story of my own. Just watching, just by seeing the shape of the clouds, and I can tell anyone that it looks like something like animal or an object. But I think that since I've grown up, it just yeah, I just feel like I lose all of the imagination I had when I
I
was
know.
young. Yeah, because you have to face the reality and you have no opportunity to make a dream, just to fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It makes me sad sometimes because then I think about like Father Christmas and like the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy. I
Yeah.
didn't really believe in all of that when I was younger, but yeah, it's sad that you become more serious when you get older and you
Yeah,
don't actually like think that you think it's stupid sometimes actually.
exactly.
Who has time for that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm standing in for Greg today. He's not feeling well.
Yeah, I
Um,
know he got COVID. And I don't know, I really wish I can do something for him. Like I don't know what can I do for him, but just yeah. I wish I sometimes I really wish that maybe I can take some message for him because like to him because like last week I was I was um I was talking about some discussion in medical school whether we should treat our patient with our heart or just being professional, and he told me some of his stories to me, and it is so unfortunately that he got COVID, and yeah, he has some age, so I don't know. Yeah, I really want to do something for him for some of my family member like also in medical field. So yeah,
okay.
maybe yeah.
What
Like
would you do?
I don't know. I just really wish like I can send him some package or even text him a message, wish everything will be, wish he will be fine. I don't know. Anything I can do, that will be fine.
Oh, maybe just like a WhatsApp message, um,
Oh, yeah.
or like a virtual card.
That's so cool. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he is. Maybe he's in hospital and feel really ill.
So I'm sure you will really appreciate it. Um, yeah, I think you would appreciate anything, even the fact that you're thinking about it. Well, I'm sure he appreciates that a lot.
I will hope so. Yeah.
Shame. We must actually find out how he's actually doing. I haven't heard from him for a few days. So you guys normally do like the topic of culture? No, tradition. It was culture. I'm not sure now.
We usually
Kind of the same
discuss
thing.
about tradition.
Yeah. I think he likes his traditions and cultures.
Exactly.
He-
Stephanie said he is absolutely an artist.
yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. I sat in on one of his lessons a couple of weeks ago, and we were discussing um, like pottery
Yeah.
through all the years of like, different kinds of like ceramics and clay type of things that you can get all over the world. Um, that was very interesting, and he knew so much about it. It was actually nice to just sit and listen instead of talking.
Yeah. Mm.
So I
I
felt
know.
I learned a
Yeah.
lot in that lesson, actually.
Yeah. I think I learned a lot from people. I know. Sometimes I really love to listen people's story or having some really deep discussion with people. I know. I just feel like, yeah. I mean, you can meet a lot of people nowadays, and but you don't actually really understand a person. I think that is really a shame. Yeah.
Yep, that's very true. I actually had that conversation today. It's like you, like a friend of mine said she feels really like people don't know her. They know her as a person, but they don't really understand her mind.
Yeah.
And she said it's very lonely in her head because people don't understand her, and she feels very alone in the world, even though she's got lots of friends and she's married.
Yeah.
um, and it is very sad. It's like, how did we get here? Like, are we not making the time to like understand people? We are so self-absorbed that we don't want to actually listen to other people's thoughts and feelings. And yeah, it's kind of sad, actually.
Yeah.
Do you also feel like that sometimes?
Yeah. Sometimes I think like I feel this feeling most deeply when I was in junior high. I had so many friends. I have a group of friends, and I I know. I mean that at that time I feel that I'm really proud of myself that I can have so many friends. I mean, so many, and I was a popular kid at that time, but just at the end you will find out that you have to deal with a lot of friendship. Like some of friends, they have conflict with
Yeah.
each other, and you have to figure it out. I mean, that it is not just it is I mean, it is not just your friends. You also, even you are not involved in this incident, you actually have to solve their problem. So it is really, I don't know why I should have a lot of friends. I mean, just, yeah, maybe just a few, maybe 3 or 4. That would be fine. It just feels like you don't need to have a bunch of friends, and they don't re- who don't really know about you. Instead, you can just have 3 or 4 friends, and they totally understand you, and yeah, and just you can maintain this friendship for a long while. And I think it is much more, yeah, it is much more precious than having a bunch of friends. Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
when everyone was a kid, everyone want to be popular, but actually you find out, yeah, also you have so many friends, but actually you only have very, very few true friends who who treat you with their heart.
Yeah, that's very, very true. And also if you've got so many friends, you get involved in their drama
Yeah.
and in their sort of politics of friendship politics.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this one likes this one, but this one doesn't like that one, and that one's going to the party, but that one's not invited. And you're friends with all of them, and then you don't know what to say. It is very tiring. It's exhausting, actually, having too many friends, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. Actually, I couldn't agree with you more. This is true.
I actually thought that it's like something that you only get in high school when I was, in school. And then it carried on when I was at university. But now I look at my mom, and
Yeah.
she's in her 70s. And she has all of that still, like between her friends. They're all in their 70s. Actually, there's one friend that's in her 80s, and they still like say, oh, I don't want that one to come to the party because I don't like her, but you can come to the party. But don't tell that one that you're coming to my party. And they're in their 70s. I really thought that at that age, you kind of, I don't know. I thought maybe you grow up a bit, but apparently not. So
Yeah.
I was actually very surprised to hear about that, to be honest. I thought maybe you just, you become a better person and you just get along with everybody, but clearly not.
Yeah.
So I wonder if anyone else is going to join today. Maybe not. I don't know.
Not me either.
I never know anymore. There's like no like specific trend. Like it's always, sometimes there's nobody, sometimes it's just one person, sometimes it's like three people. So it always changes. Let me just put my share screen on. There we go. So this is our video for today. So it's about, I don't know if you saw it already. It's about a tomato fight in Spain.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it before?
I knew it in newspaper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've seen it in the newspaper. Just want to see. Okay, I did put the subtitles on. I think there's too many subtitles.
The streets of a Spanish town were certainly painted red on Wednesday as tens of thousands of people armed with 140 tons of plum tomatoes took part in the annual Tomatina.
No.
Joyously splattering each other in the Spanish town of Bunol, the town hall spent about 30,000 euros on ripe tomatoes and dumped them in the streets for the chanting masses to throw during the hour-long morning festivities. 22,000 people took part in the 2014 tomato fight, many coming from abroad, and this is the second year that participants have had to pay a €10 ticket to be able to take part. Truckloads of vitamin C and fibre were soon pureed on the streets, with the ripe redness smeared over walls and people. The origin of the tomato fight is disputed, but most agree it started around 1940, in the early years of the dictatorship of General Francisco Franco.
That was very short.
It is.
So what did you think of that?
So I was thinking about a waste of food,
Yes,
especially tomato.
I know. I so I was reading about it, and it's not actually even, it's a tradition. Wait, let me just add that as a word in my Google Translate. Tradition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a tradition, but there's like no point to it. It is pointless. Wait. It's pointless. Yeah, that is right. So they just throw tomatoes for no reason other than just having fun. They're just having fun. So they're just throwing tomatoes at each other. And every year they just do the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
This year, however, I saw it was cancelled because of COVID.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you know of any other food throwing traditions that you know of?
Like we are going to have moon festival recently. So actually we have pomelo. Yeah, we have pomelo recently. And we also have pomelo hats. Yeah.
Okay. And then what do you do?
And like I don't know, we just simply eat it. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I mean this is food, and it is for people. Yeah, it is for eating. It is like not people don't throw pomelo just for fun. I mean, such a way. Yeah, this is such a way.
I know. And it says, what? It says 140 tons of plum tomatoes. It's like, I don't even know how much that is. Let me see. What is? It's like 140,000 kilograms.
Wow. So it is like
It's like one
thousands
point.
of people.
I always try and when I think of like weight, I try and like picture it compared to like something that I can like compare it to, you know? Because I can't picture a ton. I don't know what a ton is. But so it says here it's the weight of 1.34 times the weight of a blue whale. Well, I can't really picture a blue whale either, so that doesn't help me much. But yeah, that's crazy. And now I wonder if they're all growing their own tomatoes or if the government grows the tomatoes for them to throw. But I see now that they have to pay to be a part of the tradition, whereas in the past they never used to have to pay. So I think they're now making money out of it, which is quite interesting, I suppose, as the government would do. You know, they will always make you pay for something. So I was reading also about this. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Do you know of this dish? Is it something that you have there, or is it only in China? The, how would you say it? Yusheng?
I actually have no idea about it.
So it says in China for the Chinese New Year, this dish,
Yeah.
they just prepare it to toss it up in the air. Have you heard about that?
No. No. I didn't even know about that. I can choose or throw anything in the air. That would be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. So it's for the Lunar New Year. And it's a Southeast Asia. And then as they throw up the food in the air, then they say, like they say Happy New Year, like wishes of prosperity.
Yeah.
Like saying like, I wish you success and lots of money, basically. So yeah, that's one of the other ones that I found that I've never heard of. Tell me, I also read that in the Chinese culture, you're not supposed to finish all the food on your plate. Is that, have you heard of that?
Yeah, I knew about it. Well, I have to say it depends on people. If if you um if you are I think it is like um it is a little bit like a manner, but it's
Yes.
actually but it's actually I think it is really depend on people, but if and I think people people don't really force you to finish your dishes if you are really if you feel really full. But I think that while we finish our dishes, while we finish our dishes, it's like trying to be polite because you cook for me and I know you, and I know you make a lot of effort to make such a dishes for me. So
Yeah.
I finished this plate. So I finished this dish just because I'm really grateful for what you did. But it is I think it is not um people don't force you to finish what they cook, but actually they wish you can really enjoy what they cook for you.
Yeah. In South Africa, yeah, if you don't finish your dish, then they think that you either didn't like it, um, or you're just full. um, but it's very relaxed here when it comes to food. But yeah, it's always good to know like these kind of manners and traditions when you travel, because it could be an insult to somebody and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, trying to finish, yeah, not finishing the food. But if that's such a big tradition somewhere, I wonder what they do with all the food that they left over. Like, do they throw it out? Because it's then also quite a waste. I wonder.
So
It's
I
weird.
think when it comes to food and also the culture, tradition, it makes me, it just reminds me like, I think it is a culture in Japan that is every time when you order a ramen, you have to make a sound in Japan.
Okay.
Do you know that?
No,
Or
I didn't know that.
really? Well,
No.
I think that most of people here know that because like when you in Japan, if you don't make a sound, like eating sounds when you are having ramen, and maybe the cook will ask you like, did I did I cook so badly? Did I just yeah he will think that he didn't cook really well or you didn't make any sound when you
So
eat it because
do you have to make the sounds like yum yum, like while you're
no,
eating
it's
it?
like when you it's the noodle and you will just suck it up and it
Oh,
will
okay.
and it
Oh,
will make
okay,
a
okay.
sound.
Like a
So
slurping sound.
yeah, and
They're slurping. Wait, let me
that
see what
is
that.
like a compliment. If you make the sound louder, and they will know that, oh, you enjoy my ramen so much. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Huh. That's interesting. Can you think of any other interesting or weird traditions?
Weird. Oh, wow.
I
I
think
don't
Asia,
know.
maybe Asia has got the most traditions in the world.
Really? We do?
So I think so. I don't know if I think about it. I can't. Yeah, it's like obviously. Well, in South Africa, we have like on a Sunday. But
Yeah.
a lot of the traditions and things are like disappearing. But in the Afrikaans community, on a Sunday, like a lot of people they go to church, and then after church they have like the massive meal called a Sunday roast, where they would then roast chicken or some beef with potatoes and vegetables. So that's kind of a tradition, but it's kind of dying out nowadays, especially with everyone that's on a diet.
Yeah.
and all, and all the different kinds of diets that you get nowadays. Like some people can't eat carbohydrates, like a potato, or a lot of people are becoming vegan or vegetarian, and then they won't eat the meat. I think so. It's dying out. Do
Yeah.
you guys have a lot of that you're in Taiwan, hey?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
am.
Do you have a lot of friends that are becoming vegans or vegetarians?
No, actually. I think
Becoming.
none of my friends are vegan. I have no idea why.
Vegan. I'm trying to see if this word is the same as vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Right?
Yeah.
Vegetarian. That's right. Yeah. It's the same word. Yeah. But they're
It
different.
is.
Yeah, you guys say it the same way.
Yeah.
You're probably like, whatever, it's the same thing.
Exactly.
If you had to tell a vegan that they're vegetarian or a vegetarian that they're vegan, they will be greatly offended. They will be offended that they are in, they being compared to, like they're saying, they're being told that they're the same. Because it's quite a big difference over here. Yeah, I've noticed. Even kids as young as in their teenage, like a lot of teenagers are now becoming vegetarian and vegan, which is like a really big thing in South Africa, because in South Africa we are really big meat eaters. We have a lot of hunters and animals here that are hunted, and like a lot of cow farmers and like buck and things like that. There's a big game farms here, and so it's going to be very interesting if a lot of people become vegetarians, and then what's going to happen to all the meat and fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I could give up meat or fish. I love sushi. I love sushi.
I agree with that. I can't stop eating meat. I really need it every day. I tried vegan, the meat that vegan eats. I
Oh
have to
yes.
say, yeah, I have to say it tastes really good. But
It does.
yeah, but it's just not right. I mean, the texture of the meat.
That's
And
right.
also the feeling when I am eating the meat, it is totally different when I eat the real meat. Okay, I just can't quit eating meat. Yeah.
What kind of meat do you guys have?
Oh, we have a lot. Like we have lamb, pork, fish, and beef, and chicken. Maybe sometimes we eat duck.
Okay. That's not a big thing, yeah, duck. Even though we have many of them. Actually, I think ducks, if everyone had ducks, we would probably have like, there will be no hungry people in the world. We actually have this bird. Wait, I'll Google it for you. Hardy. It's called a hardy-daw. I actually hear one now. It's this massive bird that looks like that. It's the size of a chicken. And there are so many of them. There are so many of them. Like,
It's
on
like
my roof.
pigeon.
yes, they're like our pigeons. But okay, we have a lot of pigeons as well. But they make this horrible sound when they go, ah! That's all they do. They just go, ah! So at like really early in the morning, you'll just hear this, ah! And then you think, oh. So I'm surprised not more people eat them because I'm sure you can eat them. It's like, I think people eat pigeons. Do you guys eat pigeons?
No, we don't eat it. Right. But I think that we do eat every organ of animal. Like no matter heart, I mean the heart of animals and yeah, stomach
Yeah.
and and even liver, lung, everything, and even blood. Like yeah, and we have food which is made of animals' blood.
Yeah.
I know it sounds really strange, but it's actually quite good, really. So we can eat anything. I think it's except bread, bran, bran of the animal, because it's weird.
Okay. I don't know if I've never tried that, but I wouldn't put it past people to eat that. Yeah, we do as well. In South Africa, we will have like, if we are like having a barbecue, which we would call a braai. A lot of people will say they want their meat rare, like cooked rare. Like they'll literally just have the meat on like the fire for like a few seconds. And then it'll still be very bloody, but the meat will be like so soft and tender, but it will still have a lot of blood on it. That's very popular. Like that's the majority of people here would have their meat like that, I think. Yeah.
Wow, I can't
not
eat
weird.
it. I can't accept it. I mean, there's blood, and like blood contains a lot of bacteria and viruses. When I think of it, and I just know I want to. Please, I don't want to eat any raw meat. I just please. Even it is overcooked, that would be fine. I just yeah. Just no blood, please.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they obviously they don't eat the meat. They'll eat the meat quite raw, but chicken they will always do quite well because I believe you can get quite a nasty bacterial, like the infection or disease from chicken. I can't remember why. But yeah, so chicken will always do really well. and then the meat will be, there's rare or medium. No, there's rare. In the restaurant, you'll say rare or medium rare or medium or well done. Yeah. Is that the same for you guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of a lot of the majority is rare, I would say, or medium rare.
So do you eat brown meat or medium rare?
I don't mind it anyway, actually.
Wow.
I'm not fussy. Yeah. Yes. I always say yeah. It's a, do you know what yeah means? It's a, wait, it's a, I don't know, it's not English actually, but you say like yeah. What does that translate to? What is that?
I don't know. Now I only see the bird, the page of the bird. I can't see the Google translation.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's taking too long. I've gone back to the Google Translate. Huh. Okay. That's weird. Well, over here we say, sometimes we, instead of saying like or or to try and like fill the gap in your sentence, we'll always, in South Africa we'll say yeah. I don't know if I think it's Maud that's also from South Africa, one of the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
two
she is.
girls. I'm not sure if she also says it.
It's like, yeah.
It is, it's
Uh,
like yeah.
Okay.
So in South Africa we'll say yeah, but yeah, then there's yeah. Yeah, you guys also spell it differently or say it differently. Do you still not see the translate?
Yeah, I see the translation.
Oh, you still see the bird.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Maybe that's so wrong here. And do you see a new page now?
No, I'm so sorry about
No, that's fine. That must be just the, I don't know. Always technology problems.
that. Yeah.
I was looking up to see what like other food throwing traditions there are. It's like, why do they even throw tomatoes? So the one page that I have now is the closest thing they have. Oh, but like, yeah, they can't decide where this tradition comes from. The tomato throwing. So they're all arguing about where it comes from. But they say it comes from back in the past, where you used to watch people on the stage, like a play. And if they were really bad, they would throw tomatoes. So they say that it comes probably from that. Tomatoes were probably the easiest thing to grow, I suppose. So it's probably like the thing that wasn't going to waste. Have you ever grown a tomato?
No, I don't have green finger.
Well,
I
people
have
that don't
black
have
finger.
any, that's a sign of death.
Yeah.
I must say I don't either. But tomatoes are probably the easiest thing to grow because it almost grows like a weed. It
Yeah.
grows so easily, and it grows like in any climate, like in sun or in the rain. Probably not snow, but yeah, it grows pretty much anywhere at any time. So it's something that's probably, in my opinion, it is probably why they throw tomatoes, because it's so easy to grow. And like one plant at the same time, it can give you like 20 tomatoes. So I'm assuming. Do you have any ideas why they would pick tomatoes and not something else?
Maybe I don't know about it, but maybe because like they have too many tomatoes. Same as you. Maybe they have too many tomatoes. But I'm actually wondering that I mean like um there's a lot of people who don't have they don't have enough food, and why just throw it away? I
Yeah,
just think it is a waste for
yeah,
just for fun.
I don't understand it either. And then
But maybe yeah, maybe next time I can go to Spain and trying to experience the tomato festival. Yeah, their own tradition, and knowing whether it is really fun.
I think it's very similar. I think Spain has a lot of weird traditions. They also have that bull run over
Oh
there
yeah,
where they release
it's
the
been
bulls in the streets.
yeah, it has been discussed for a lot of years. Like they think it is too cruel. Yeah, it is too cruel you that you treat animals like that. Just killed it and for fun.
Yeah. And then a lot of people get killed and injured as well. So
Exactly.
it's like weird, yeah. The Spanish people. I don't know where they come with it.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, yeah. And Spanish.
I don't know anyone Spanish. No, they aren't. Well, there's Spanish people. There's Spanish speaking people here, but they're not from Spain. They're from Mexico or somewhere else. Where else? Yeah, or Brazil, Mexico. But there's not many people from Spain here in South Africa. So, yeah, yes, I don't understand them very well. But oh yes, I also read that in Italy they throw oranges.
Really? I have an Italian friend, but he never told me about that. Like throwing orange.
Yeah, it's called the Battle of the Oranges. And you have to be part of a team, and there are 9. Yeah, there's like 9 teams or something. And then there are judges that determine the team that wins. And they take part in it annually. Makes no sense whatsoever.
What I
think
just
that-
know that is what I just know is that when it comes to Hawaii pizza, if you told an Italian Hawaii pizza, they would be really furious about it. You know that?
No.
Really? Because they think they think their own culture, which is pizza, is being offended.
Oh.
Yeah, because they invent pizza, but Hawaii pizza just it's not from Hawaii. I think it's a little bit complicated, but they just think that they invite pizza and they just can't accept Hawaii pizza. I don't know. My friend, he told me that imagine that you just put the pineapple on a pizza. It is such a rude because like no one, I mean like none of Italian put pineapple on the pizza. Yeah.
Don't they? I thought it was also an Italian thing.
Yeah. Mm.
Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Wow. It is acceptable, but yeah. But I have to I really have to say it's like I think most of Taiwanese people really love pineapple pizza because every time when we ordered pizza, every time we have pineapple pizza, and that is we yeah, and we just can't avoid this situation. That is, someone will definitely order a pineapple pizza.
Yeah.
That's
It's my
weird.
favorite. It's my favorite.
Really? Better not to tell the Italian. Oh, I really love pineapple pizza. Yeah.
I don't like anything that's like burny, that's like really strong, that's gonna burn my mouth on a pizza. I think for me a pizza must be, like mushrooms or cheese and pineapples. But the
Yeah.
majority of people like chilies and jalapenos and I don't know what else, but no, that's not for me.
I think Margaret pizza is just fine.
Yeah, that's just a tomato and cheese one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also tasty. The South Africans like to pile their pizzas like sky high with everything that you
really?
can think of. Like chicken and beef and yeah, like 3 or 4 different types of cheese and yeah, peppers and jalapenos and chilies and it's crazy. It's too much. So
I think like there's a lot of cheese. I mean, in other countries. I mean, like because I don't know, maybe we don't have a very large land. Yeah, we don't have land to feed the cows, so we don't actually have many cheese. What we have is hamburger cheese in Taiwan. Yeah.
hamburger
So
cheese.
yeah, hamburger cheese.
Is that different to other cheese?
I mean, like, I mean, in I think in France they have really many, yeah, there really many types of cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here we just have hamburger cheese only.
Wow.
Hamburger
Really?
cheese. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I can't buy any other cheese in Taiwan. Maybe I don't know, maybe people are not a fan of cheese, but I
Maybe.
don't know. Yeah.
We have a wide variety of cheese. Like mozzarella and Gouda,
Yeah.
cheddar,
Yeah.
and Parmesan, and then a whole bunch of other ones I can't pronounce. Yeah, and then we have goat's cheese as well.
We don't have any. Really.
It's
I
very
mean,
nice.
like, if you want to have mozzarella cheese or something else like that, maybe you just need, yeah, maybe you have to make by yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where to start.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's our time for today. I know, I think Stephanie said that there's an event after this one, right? On the
Yeah.
timetable. Do you log on to those as well?
Now I'm going to have a call with my friend. Yay!
Okay. That's probably more exciting.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to, oh, okay. No, I'm trying to get to my stop sharing screen, but I can't get there. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, maybe I'll see you on Thursday in my usual time slot, or maybe not. No, maybe
Okay.
you'll be busy. Otherwise, I'll see you then.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. What is happening? Ah, there we go. The end. No, the end. This, that, the end. No. Wow.